Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're well. It's Sunday, and you know what that means? It means tomorrow is Monday, and it's going to be a new week, and hopefully next week will bring some good news. There'll be some conclusions, perhaps, some movement in the right directions. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just like you, by the way, because I must say you're looking absolutely amazing today. But anyway, so we crack on, because we're going to talk about something a little bit different, and that is the Madeleine McCann case. For those of you who are completely familiar with the Madeleine McCann case, which pretty much the majority of people involved in keeping an eye on true crime must know who Madeleine McCann is. She is a little girl who went missing in Praia da Luz about 17 years ago. And what spurned afterwards was the world's biggest child hunt. She went missing, not ever to be found, and her parents, Kate and Jerry, would be at the forefront of the fight to find her. And the taxpayer in the UK would fund it, again, for the last 17 years, at a cost of around £150 per month. More than what has ever been spent on any other child who has gone missing. And don't think that Madeleine McCann is the only child who's gone missing. And look, I appreciate the fact that she's gone missing, and I would do anything to be able to help to make sure that she is found. Wouldn't that be a thing? But there has been such a split down the middle with people who believe that something happened to Madeleine because her parents at the time, they were drinking with friends that would become known as the Tapper Seven, people who would be sworn to secrecy and would never speak about that night. In fact, I wonder whether they have been threatened that if they do speak about something, there will be consequences, repercussions of such. But anyway, I'm spitballing. And at the end of the day, she's been missing for around 17 years, and it's a tragic story. It's a tragic story. There is more to it, obviously, but this video isn't about that. If you want to know more about the Madeleine McCann case, or you'd like my take on the Madeleine McCann case, I'd love to do that in a live. And by the way, the live will be tomorrow night, 10:45 PM UK time. I've moved it by a day because I forgot to schedule it to give you guys enough notifications, so we'll do it tomorrow. But anyway, look, again, with regards to the Madeleine McCann case, those of you who have been following will be familiar with the name Christian Brueckner. Christian Brueckner is the German. He is a German who has been involved in attacking other people. He's been involved in SA of youngsters and old people alike, and his name came into sort of questioning more prominently probably 2 or 3 years ago. They believe that he has something to do with it. Now, there's contradicting information. There's people who flat out say that Christian Brueckner has nothing to do with this. Christian Brueckner himself has said, I have got nothing to do with this. And if you think about who Christian Brueckner is, then he doesn't look like someone who would have been able to evade all of the people who have been involved in this case for this long. Let's not forget that Praia da Luz isn't a huge place. It's a tiny place. And they had the full force of not only the McCanns, but the backing of the police, who recently have actually gave an apology to the McCanns, because originally the police in Praia da Luz had turned around and believed that the mum and dad were involved, and many people still do. But yeah, they said that weren't handled right. Now, I would argue that, because if you pair the conclusion what Amaran came up with, and you look really in depth at why he concluded that, and if he didn't lie, which we can kind of believe that he didn't lie, then the evidence pointed to where he said it pointed to. That wasn't him making it up, it's just where things were pointed to. But anyway, that's by and by. Christian Brueckner, he is someone who people feel that he is involved. And a little while ago, there was searches done around this man-made reservoir, and it's now become clear why those searches took place, because they are saying that Christian Brueckner had lairs. He had underground hidden lairs around that area, and they believe that he had taken pictures of Madeleine McCann and stored them in these underground lairs, and that is why the authorities were in that area doing this search because they believed that they were looking for the lairs that would lead them to the pictures, and the pictures would lead them to a true and solid connection that would finally put Brueckner and Madeleine McCann a proper solid link. Do you know what I mean? I think someone's perhaps playing silly fucking buggers here. Underground lairs and pictures being taken. So we have a look. So this is what we got here. So we try and... What do we got? If I try and shrink that down a bit so I'm not covering all of his face. We pull that here, shall we? So this is Christian Brueckner with Madeleine McCann there in her Everton top. She was a little Everton supporter. Madeleine McCann, suspect, may have taken pictures of missing toddler and buried them underground. There we go. Prime suspect in the Madeleine McCann case may have taken pictures of missing toddler and buried them in his secret hideaway underground, police believe. He's the only person to have an underground cave like that since Batman. And it basically says here, look, so she went missing from her bed at the age of 3 when she was on holiday in Portugal with her family in 2007. Police were hunting for data drives or USB sticks which contained trophies from victims, according to The Sun. But none were discovered in the location where Brueckner is believed to have camped, and no forensic matches are expected. Officers now believe he had several hidden lairs, it has emerged. So, look, it would say that basically they're running out of time. They're running out of time to be able to actually put Brueckner and Madeleine McCann as a connection. They're seriously running out of time. And it would appear that every attempt so far that they've made or trying to make has fallen with no conclusion whatsoever. There is nothing that actually puts them together. And some of the information that came out earlier, like phones that were being used in the area, there is still contradictive information surrounding whether they were indeed his number or weren't his number, so on and so forth. The reality is, we don't know if Christian Brueckner had anything to do with the Madeleine McCann case. He's saying no. Obviously, the argument is, would he ever say yes, he was involved? I doubt it, but he's not the smartest or brightest star in the sky. Let's just put it that way. He's not. Pretty much everything he's done, he's been caught for. I've spoken about this before. And for him to have got away with this crime for this long without being caught just doesn't go hand in hand with what we know of Christian Brueckner. He's just not that smart in my eyes. What do you think? Is it Christian Brueckner? Will they eventually be able to pin him to this crime? Or is this just some kind of political move to maintain this story being in the limelight and be able to acquire more funds as time progresses? Now, I'm not saying either way. I'm just asking the question. You know, this has been going on for some time now. And there was sort of word through the grapevine that there was pressure being put on the government in order to cease funding for the Madeleine McCann case. Again, I do have to question why this specific child deserves more funding than any other child that goes missing, especially in a situation that I still say that had me and my partner been the parents and Madeleine McCann would have been our child, there would have been a completely different outcome. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you all tomorrow.